Good afternoon. It is Tuesday. I put up the Scorched Earth video of just showing you what I need to go through and get rid of. And apparently YouTube the first time didn't upload the full video. It's only 2 minutes. I mean, really? You know, what are you going to do? You just kind of have to keep going on and move along. All right. Today is all about all those cows and mals and gals or whatever it is we have going on. And, of course, some what incarnation. But first, I'd like to talk about a little bit of a rant. My rant is with YouTube. Before YouTube did this latest update, you were able to push that blue button over so it wouldn't go automatically to the next video. Now they've given us this lovely choice of, what is it? If you're watching a video about yarn, it'll say yarn related. If you're watching one about crochet, say crochet related, all, anything. And it just, as soon as the video ends, zap, the next one comes on. And I don't always comment as I'm watching the video. Sometimes I will wait to the end to do it. So this new little thing YouTube has, I hate it. I have no way to turn it off. And that annoys me. At least I haven't found a way to turn it off yet. So, there's my rant. All right. I don't have a single finished item. Not a single finished item. It has been a little crazy around here. And I will tell you, my husband has had some episodes with being lightheaded. I think we figured out that it is a combination of several things. Not eating well enough, not eating enough during the day, so his blood sugar is low. A little bit of the dehydration, of course, you know. He's been nauseous here and there, so he doesn't want to eat or drink because, you know, then you have that hazmat kit you have to bring out if he happens to not make it to a bin or trash can or toilet, you know, to basically throw up. Then you have to put the hazmat suit on, clean everything up, all that kind of stuff, which that doesn't end until this Thursday, because a week after your chemo, you're still radiated or toxic, you know, so you have to watch what you do with those extra fluids if they go elsewhere. So, you know, he's been a little anxious about that, so we think we figured out what it is. And, of course, no caffeine, because he hasn't been doing a lot of caffeine. And for those of you that don't know, caffeine will raise your blood pressure. So if your blood pressure is low, many times doctors will suggest that you ingest caffeine. So, we're doing a little bit of all of that today, and I think it's working, because he's not been as lightheaded. This is a granny that I am doing corner to corner style. Really love the pattern. I believe this was one that was done by maybe it's not Allison Russell. Alana, Crochet by Alana. I'll find the link and link it down below. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm using some of those skinny cakes. I have 2 of them that have frosted mint. And of course, I haven't worked on it this week at all. What I have been concentrating on is this color block shawl that I have been knitting. And I have from this Progress Keeper, I have another 9 inches from here to add to this to where it reaches that 60 5 feet 60 inches, which is what a lot of them suggest for a wrap. So got a few more inches to go, And then I started another lapgan. And this one is with Crochet Nana, aka Michelle. She and Olivia have something that they are calling Choice Along. And we really need to find a hashtag for it. Just saying. Okay. So initially, the first stitch was the granny stitch. And I did double crochet, chainless, double crochet. Excuse me. Did the granny stitch. Then I did a half double crochet in this. And then I did another half double crochet in the gentle white. Now, I had intended on putting 2 half double crochets in between, but I got confused, And then this next stitch is one that Judy from Which Piece Craft chose, and that was the she called it the Bod Stitch, where you do a single crochet, double crochet in the same stitch, skip a stitch, then single crochet, double crochet in the next stitch. And the way that I finished it off was so that when I got to the ends, I did a single crochet regardless. Did I do a single crochet? Yeah, I think I did a single crochet at the end to finish that off. And then 2 rows of the gentle white half double crochets to put in between my rounds. And I am just using various shades of green that I have in my stash. So that's that. And then of course we have the Nan's Next Knots, Luck of the Draw. And this is this colorway that I chose. And this one I am using a J hook. And then of course my main color, I just mixed up the colors. My main color is the black. And this was color 8 for the first week. And color 3 for the second week, which was my navy. And of course the black. And I'm only showing you half of it. So I'm having fun with that. Oh, and the one that I'm doing in green, I am actually using a 7 milliliter. I have liquids on the mind, okay? A 7 millimeter hook for it. And of course, this is the colorway for the other blanket that I'm doing. I am using an H hook with this one. And these, of course, were the colorways. And because you're going back and forth, it really doesn't matter what's front or back. Because one side's always going to be the back side. One side's always going to be the front every other row. So I'm using cream in this one. And I am using, I think this was guava, which was number 8. And then, of course, number 3 was my garnet colorway. And I am using mostly Premier Basics yarns. I do have some one Nicole Stitch Studio in there. And then I have 2 that are, no, 2 that are Stitch Studio. And then the others are Super Savers by Red Heart. Had a brain fart there. Now, I'm also going to add one more make-along. I decided to do Judy Witch Piece's Birthstone make-along. Yeah, I know I'm starting in the 3rd month, but you know, I got a lot of stuff to work through. You guys saw that if you saw the early video. I have a lot. I need to get used and out and goodbye. I was going to do another giveaway this week, but life has gotten too busy. I just haven't pulled the yarns for the giveaway. Courtney did claim her prize, and what I did is we are friends on Facebook, so I just sent her a notice. I tagged her and put in the video for the winner on Facebook, so that I tagged her and got her information. And she doesn't live in Texas. However, she was busy moving. And, you know, I hate moving because you have to find places for everything. But here's the cool thing. Courtney gets a craft room. Yay, Courtney! So that's thrilling. All right, I think that's all I have as far as whatever I have going on here for now, because like I said, I've been doing a lot of other things, going through things to get off to Goodwill. Oh, and I will tell you a story about Goodwill. So, we all know how I love homespun, or as I call it, hellspun. Well, I found a tote full of homespun. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, do I really want to work with it? No, I don't. The only reason I work with it is because others won't. The prayer shawl, so when it comes home to my house and I'll make hats and things with it. I do not enjoy working with homespun. Not knitting, not crocheting, not weaving, not tying tomato plants up with it, whatever. So, I made a conscious decision. Since I am doing the Scorched Earth yesterday, got a tickle, let me get a drink. So since I am participating in the Scorched Earth Challenge, which is to reduce my stash, and the video you saw does not show all my stash, because that stash is probably times 3 what you saw, and that's no lie. So, but that homespun, I went through this house and I found every piece of homespun there was. And I put them in those real big bags that we got from A.C. Moore's when they were still around. You know, when you'd go shopping and you'd buy a lot of stuff, especially yarn, they give you those huge bags, which equal about a 13-gallon size trash bag. I filled 2 of those bags up with homespun. And a couple of skeins of super bulky, which I hate. Took those along with some other things. I was going to take them to Salvation Army, but their garage door was closed, and they don't really deal with yarn, that kind of stuff. So I took a bunch of books, clothes, down to Goodwill. And those 2 bags. As I went to unload those 2 bags, there was a lady there that had just dropped off a big box of books. She turned around, she saw what I was taking out of my car. She said, "Is that homespun? Is that yarn?" I said, "Yes, it's mostly homespun with some super bulky in there." I said, I don't want it anymore. I'm tired of it. I don't like working with it." And she goes, "I love homespun." I turned to her and I said, "Do you want it?" She said, "I would love it." I gave her the 2 bags. She went away happy. I went away thrilled because I was out of homespun. It's gone. It's out of my house, and I don't plan on ever letting it cross the threshold again. Sometimes we have to make decisions. Okay, so that's my homespun story. It's gone. It's gone to a good home. Someone that will love it and use it. And in the meantime, I also gave her my phone number and email address, told her about the prayer shawl, group in case she thinks maybe she'd like to come join it, check it out. So, who knows? Maybe I made a new friend in the meantime. So, now, you ready for a little WIT intonation? I know I am. All right, Contractors find message. Whiskey bottle under floor of Scottish kitchen. A pair of contractors renovating a kitchen in Scotland removed the floor from the room and found a message from the previous owners, along with a bottle of whiskey. Craig Harrigan, 35, who posted the video of the discovery to TikTok, said he and a colleague were working in the kitchen of the Edinburgh home when they pulled up the floor and found a message written on the tiles beneath. The message reads, Jack and May lived here, 3 kids and a dog. Kitchen done up during April and May 2001. All the best. Have a drink on us. The note was accompanied by a bottle of Glenkinchie whiskey. I called the customer in to show her. She said it was her mom and dad's old house that she recently bought, and the note was written by her dad. She was one of the 3 kids. Harrington told the Daily Record, so we cut the section of the floor out and gave it to her to keep along with the bottle. Harrington said the discovery was one of more of the unusual items he has found while doing renovations, but he often finds other objects. We do find lots of old things, cigarette packets, sweet wrappers. The thing I like finding the most of all are the newspapers. A lot of them we can still read, he said. And of course, there's a link to the TikTok video. All of a sudden, my nose got stuffy. We all love our pets, and this next pet had a little adventure. California families missing French bulldog found 600 miles away in Mexico. A French bulldog that went missing from his family's home in California's Bay Area was found 4 weeks later after being purchased by a man 600 miles away in Mexico. Debbie Campbell said Brody, her emotional support dog, went missing from her San Lorenzo home February the 3rd. And despite searches of the area and photos posted by her family to social media, weeks passed without any news of her lost pet. Campbell said she was shocked to receive a phone call last week from Benjamin Gonzalez, a man who said he bought a dog matching Brody's description from a man on the street in downtown Tijuana, 600 miles from the Bay Area. Gonzalez said family members who live in the Bay Area told him the dog he purchased looked like photos of a long-lost dog they had seen on social media. Gonzalez sent Campbell a photo of Brody's identifying tattoo, confirming the canine's identity. Let me get another drink. Gonzalez, 37, said he had lived in the Bay Area since he was a baby, but was deported from the United States 2 years ago and has lived alone in Tijuana ever since. He's from the Bay, I'm from the Bay, It was just weird, Gonzalez told KGO-TV. I guess he was just meant to go back. The Campbells paid Gonzalez back for the money he spent buying Brody off the street, but he declined any other reward. When he video called us to show us the dog that took my breath away, Campbell said, it's a blessing that that man called because otherwise there's no way could have gotten him back. The Campbells said they don't know for sure how Brody ended up in Mexico, but they suspect he was intentionally stolen to be resold due to the breed's popularity and high price tag. And there's a link to the story. All of a sudden, I'm all clogged up. Sorry about that, guys. Arizona thrift store worker returns veteran's Purple Heart to family. An Arizona woman who found a Purple Heart while working her shift at a thrift shop was able to reunite the item with the family of the man who earned it in the Korean War. Teresa Farron said she was working at the Christian's Family Thrift Store in Phoenix when another employee brought her a piece of cardboard with multiple medals and other military paraphernalia attached. One of the items on the cardboard was a Purple Heart dating from 1952 to 1951 to 52. I looked on the back of the Purple Heart and his name was there, Farron told CNN. Farron said some online research determined the man, Korean War veteran Eric Carl Blauberg, had died in 1988. She said she was able to locate his gravy. You never know what you're going to get with me. She was able to locate his grave in an Arizona cemetery, and that led her to calling an associated crematorium that was able to give her the names of the Blauberg's children. Farron said she then used Facebook to contact Blauberg's daughter, Lisa Walker. I didn't even know he had a Purple Heart, Walker told KPHO-TV. It would be the only thing we've ever had of our father. Farron arranged to have the Purple Heart and the other items mailed to Walker in Florida. My father was in Korea the exact time that their father was in Korea, Farron said. And I'm tearing up. And my father has passed away, so Lisa was saying, here I go again, it's divine intervention because she finally got something from her father. I tell you, I don't choose these stories and read them firsthand. I just choose a story and then I read it to you. You get the raw emotion. Oregon man encounters extreme rare fox in a parking lot. An Oregon man captured photos of his unusual encounter with an extremely rare animal, a Sierra Nevada red fox. They are stunningly beautiful. Alan Miles of Bend said he was in the parking lot of Skyliner in Mount Bachelor when he saw another person taking photos of an animal. I saw a lady taking a photo of this animal on the hill, looked up, and it was a very unusual animal. It was not a dog, and just thought it was real special, Miles told KTVZ-TV. Wildlife expert reviewed Miles' photo and identified the animal as a Sierra Nevada red fox. This species is considered extremely rare, with fewer than 50 believed to exist in the wilds in California. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife said the species was first confirmed to be living in Oregon in 2015. Very little is known about the Sierra Nevada red fox, fish and wildlife biologist Jamie Bowles said. We haven't taken a look yet at population size estimates or density in our area. The photos that Miles snapped show an animal that is mostly black fur with white at the end of its tail and on its paws. So it is a misnomer, their name, the Sierra Nevada red fox, Bowles said. We actually see a lot more of the darker coated foxes here in central Oregon, specifically in the higher elevations. And I'm wondering if maybe it looks to be black, but the fur is really a dark red tint. So, who knows? Wipe away the tears from the earlier story. New Jersey man's doorbell camera records visit from albino deer. A New Jersey man's doorbell camera captured footage of an unusual late-night visitor to his yard, an albino deer. Tommy Geiger posted video to Facebook showing the all-white deer wandering around in the snow outside his front door in Eatontown. The white deer came over for a visit the other night, Geiger wrote. Experts said fewer than 2% of white-tailed deer are born albino, and there is only 1 in a 30,000 chance of encountering the unusually colored animal in the wild. That's amazing. Now I'm going to tell you about this next story. I'm going to read it. But first I'm going to tell you about a friend I had when I was working in Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth, Texas put in an HOV lane probably in 94, 95. And in that, you had to have at least 2 riders in the car to be able to use it. And the HOV lane was a lot faster because fewer cars were in the lanes, because most of the lanes were single people going to work, and the other lanes are extremely congested in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's all I'm going to say. And she used this trick quite frequently. Carpool lane driver found to be using a mannequin passenger. The California Highway Patrol said a driver using a high-occupancy vehicle lanes of a highway was found to be actually traveling alone, except for one of the best dummies police had ever seen. The CHIP officer stationed in Baldwin Park pulled over a truck traveling in the HOV lane on Wednesday because the vehicle's windows were tinted too dark for the officer to see if the driver had a passenger. The officer soon discovered the apparent man sitting in the front passenger seat of the truck was actually a highly realistic mannequin, complete with a COVID-19 face mask. The CHIPS officer said the mannequin was by far one of the best dummies we have ever seen. The driver said he had been using the dummy to travel in HOV lanes for over a year before he got caught. The driver was issued a ticket for the HOV lane violation, which carries a maximum fee of $490. You guessed it, My girlfriend constantly used the HOV lane to get to work. I have spliced this together. Apparently, the video stopped recording. So anyway, I'm hoping the whole story got caught in there. The person was charged $490, given a ticket for driving with the mannequin in the lane. And of course, my friend got away with it because she constantly used that, but she never, as far as I know, she never got a ticket. But she had a blow-up doll. It was a blow-up sex doll that she had actually purchased at a local sex shop somewhere in Dallas or Arlington, Texas. And she had put a dress and hat and necklace and stuff on the doll. But she got away with it for years. And as far as I know, she never got a ticket for it. So just beware. And I'm sure the only reason this guy got caught is because his windows were tinted too dark. Otherwise, I mean, you're going 60, 75 miles an hour. How are they going to see it's a dummy? So probably the tinted windows gave it away. All right, that's it for today. I will see you again soon. Everybody have a blessed day. And remember to choose kindness.